I know this is like the clickbait part of it. You brought up the Sad Kroger, and you have that badass tune that you guys just released like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, you've been playing that song forever. That's like what people don't know, right? That you've been like forever, man. And then now they stole your song, so let's get on that.
No.
Call the lawyers. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, that's funny. You know, my close group of bros know that.
Yeah.
But that's a close group of, let's say, 15, 20 bros, and, you know, some ladies that know about that. But when you're talking about the Nickelback fan base, they don't give it. They haven't. It's not irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It's even irrelevant that they don't even know there's a guest on it. It's just, to them, it's just Nickelback.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. There's this, you know, so I think it's actually due time. I've been playing it for a long time. That's right. But I'll say this. Originally, the whole thought was to have him sing it.
Oh.
And that was originally the whole plan. And the plan was to have him guest on our album, which was released through Magna Carta in New York, and have him as a guest on our album to help bring attention to our group.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and that's the angle that we went from. So when I was working this song, I know a lot of their tunes are in drop C. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to write this song. We're going to do it in drop C because that's what they're used to. And I'm going to get this type of riffs because that's what they're used to. And I kind of thought about as much as I could to make it, to nickelify it, or whatever you want to call it. Right?
Yeah.
So it will be comfortable in that area. And we got it done, and I kept pushing and contacting Nickelback's record company called Roadrunner at the time. And we were getting close, but just never happened. It never was able to be released on Magna Carta. It ended, damn, done. So I'm like, all right. So I thought maybe I can get someone else to sing on it. So I thought maybe Devin Townsend, because he's great. You know, I really like him.
Yeah.
And then I thought of maybe the guy from Big Wreck, Ian Thornley, a few other people. But you know what? I just said, I'm going to shelf it. I'm going to just shelf it. It's no urgency. It is what it is, and that's it. Right. And, you know, years passed, and then finally I get a message saying, hey, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking of putting this out. Are you interested? I'm like, yep. So I actually had to go back to Chad's studio. He asked me to retrack all of the rhythm guitars because they wanted me to use a Nickelback rig so it had the Nickelback guitar sound.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, man, no problem. So I went over there and did that. Met an awesome engineer who lives in LA. His name's Chris Baseford. He's done Motley Crue and Rob Zombie and different stuff. Amazing engineer who I'm actually taking lessons with now, engineering lessons, because I want to get my engineering chops so it sounds like that huge.
Yeah.
You know, there's this, I can get my stuff sounding big, but I wanted to go like,
Yeah.
So, and then we did that. And then I guess I got a message from Chad saying, hey, we're going to release it as a new single for our summer tour. This was around in, I don't know, February or March. And I'm like, it'll be called Nickelback featuring Dave Martone. Are you in? We'll pay you X amount, a one-time fee. And also, how many shows can we get you out on to play? And I'm like, all of them.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh. And so I'm like, great, okay. And so they were getting ready to release it for the summer tour. And then, as you know, March 15th, 16th happened. And there it was. And then that's the last. I'm like, it just seemed like it was cursed.
Yeah.
The amount of time that this song has almost seen the light of day, and then no.
Oh.
And then almost, and then nope. And it's happened at least 4 times. And then this last one, I'm like, okay, it's finally happening. It's gonna happen. And then fucking the whole world ends.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the hell is fucking with me this much, man? Seriously, it was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. It's just to the point. I'm like, yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Not supposed to happen. And then I got a message from Daniel. He sent me a text. The drummer in Nickelback is, dude, it's coming out in 2 days. I'm like, what? What? He's like, yeah, I don't even know. No one knows. No one knows nothing. And bam, there it was released, like second or third week of August. And then they made some video, which looks pretty cool. I like reading the comments. People go, hey, Johnny looks like a heroin addict, and all these kind of things. It was exciting. It was really exciting to I got in my car. The first thing I put it on Spotify, bam, the track comes up within 5 minutes on Spotify. I'm like, it was really nice to hear my shit on the radio, on Spotify, being talked about in all the magazines across the world.
Yeah.
And it was a bittersweet.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it would have happened a while ago. I don't know if it was different or not, but still, I guess I'll come back to the point is persistence pays off, but at a certain point, I just kind of gave up too, right?
Yeah.
And something else I'll share is some of my friends go, well, did you negotiate it? Did you try for this and that? And I'm like, hell no. And the reason I'll say this is I've learned a lot of things, and I'm sure you have as well too.
Yeah.
Being in the business. When you're newer and not sure, you will say things that might not, you think you deserve this and you think you deserve that. And it could be validated, but in the end, it just destroys itself. And ends up happening is it just ends. Something ends, that's the end. So these days, I take the path of least resistance. But I'm not gonna have the coals pulled over, or excuse the expression, raped or whatever. I don't mean that.
Yeah.
There's just, there's etiquette, and then there's total annihilation and disrespect. I understand the difference between both. So if it's a good offer, also, yep, great, that's it, done. And the people are like, oh, great, perfect, let's move forward. Because there's no bullshit. It's just, let's get, and they go, wow, that guy was easy to work with. Cool, let's move on. Yeah. As opposed to, oh, he wanted this, he wanted that, and then there's this, we got a contact, then the guy's like, fuck him, move on, or something like that. So these things happen. They're a quick little, that's that quick. So if I would have started to, negotiate this, they could have said, yeah, you forget it. You know what I mean? So I spoke to a couple important people in the industry, and they said, dude, accept whatever it is, move forward, and it's going to be great. And you know what? Best advice ever. So I'll share that with certain people as well.
Wow.
Damn, that's awesome. Yeah, that's like, and you don't know, like, after this pandemic, maybe you guys go back on tour. Maybe they'll, like, the devil goes down around the world, like, tour.
Devil went down to every city in America.
In America.
The planet.
And it's because you're easy to work with, you're cool.